I'd like to call this meeting to order of regular meeting of February the 7th, 2023. And I'd like to read our First Nations land acknowledgement. As we gather today, I would like to acknowledge on behalf of this committee and our community that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We would like to thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for their rich history, and we are extremely grateful for their many and continued displays of friendship. We also thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. And before we do the moment of silent reflection, I'd just like to mention that our prayers and thoughts are with Hazel McCallion, who passed away, and David Stewart, who was the former Reeve of Cobden for 18 years, and he was the warden of our county for 97 and 98. And also, I'd like to pass on our prayers and thoughts to Dan Harrington, who needs all of our support. Now, could we call for a moment of silent reflection, please? Thank you. I had planned to wait and give you a summary after my first 100 days in office, but at 63 days, I just can't wait. The job is very respective. The work does not stop at the end of the day. At the end of the week, the work is all encompassing. Work finds me at the grocery store, when I'm out for dinner, when I'm together with friends and family, and I have enjoyed it all. I believe I was elected because people want to look for, bring to light and solve issues, to maintain the good and improve what needs improvement. When I talk to people, I can literally see them searching my eyes to figure out if everything is going to be okay, even when sometimes I may not be sure. But I still keep getting up and getting out there and trying to make it work. I must speak the truth and be honest as mayor, because this work does not allow me to be anything but helpful and down to earth. I must speak honestly about the good and the bad. When I took office, I knew I was stepping into unknown territory. I was hopeful though. January was a busy month of meetings meant to steer things in a fresh direction. Councillors are moving ahead in all areas of township business, making changes, bringing things up to date and researching new ideas, and I thank them all for seizing the opportunity to try something new. That brings a smile to my face and should make you happy as well. Each meeting, though, has also brought new points of concern. To begin, you need to know that this administration building, the roads department structure, and of course, many of our roads are in dire need of expensive and extensive repairs. The lack of strategic planning in the past has brought us to this point now where everything is in a crisis state. We are faced with costly repairs that should have been addressed over the past years. Another point of interest. During the campaign, I pointed out a shortfall of $150,000 in the water treatment plant in 2021. And no one at the time was able to tell the public why that happened. What happened in 2021? Certainly a mayor and councillors who are responsible for the financial health of this community would know the reason behind such a large anomaly and be able to provide that info to the public, especially since I was asking the question. There was a lot of pushback when I brought that forward, but no explanation was given. Well, I found out that the amount was related to amortization. Simple answer, still scary, but a simple answer. An answer that was available, but not shared. And for your information, we all pay for amortization. Through conversations, I've heard that some councillors in the past did ask questions regarding various issues, but were not provided answers and were told it was not their business. That is shocking to me, and it should be to you too. I've made a vow that these councillors will know everything that makes up revenue and expenses and everything else that crosses my desk, so they are informed. No secrets. The notion that financial information will not be made available to me, the mayor, and township ratepayer is something I will not tolerate. One last matter. Recently, I've reviewed back taxes and water and sewage not paid. There is a bylaw concerning this delicate matter, but it seems it has not been followed. The Policy and Procedure Committee is reviewing the property standards bylaw and the list of properties the township owns. People are not going to lose their homes, but an amount of over $1 million is owing to the township, and every year that amount increases by another $150,000, which leaves the rest of the ratepayers to cover the shortfall. To simplify, if our budget says we need $1,000 and we only raise $800, we still need $1,000 to run the township. We all pay to fill the gap to pay the bills, pay the county, and education. I plan to work with council to form a working group specifically geared to address the back tax and water and sewage issue. They will gather information, address the bylaw, and make recommendations. Again, we're here to help, not hinder, but following the bylaw is our responsibility. To show you how concerned I am now that I have this information, I am setting up a new committee. It will be called the Integrated Municipal Enforcement Team. The committee will be done in committee of the whole as it pertains to personal matters. As you can tell, this is a very serious issue that needs to be addressed. Again, people will not lose their homes, but setting up the committee is the start of something that should have been addressed all along. And so again, thank you. Don't judge me now. Wait till the end of the 4 years and make your judgment then. In conclusion, I ask the community to continue to make your voices heard, continue to use your platform to fight for a vibrant community, for more economic opportunity, and for all the things that you so uniquely understand and know that our families need to succeed and to thrive here in Killaloe. Haggerty and Richards. In return, together with council, I will continue to deliver each and every day, and I will continue fighting to get the job done. That was that address. No, actually the report. So Tammy, Bill, and Maureen and I attended the Roma conference. Congratulations to Mayor Jennifer Murphy for being elected to the Roma board. Congratulations to Warden Peter Eamon for being elected chair of the Eastern Ontario Wardens Caucus. It's very two important positions for every township in the county. Each of us who attended the conference completed a report that will be in the Roma file for future reference. I think we all appreciated the opportunity to attend, even though it was overwhelming at times. They basically had over 1,500 people there. It was really something. We met with many other Roma members and counselors and brought back new ideas and encouragement to reinforce existing ones. An example would be licenses for Airbnbs. The idea will be forwarded to the committee for further review. Another chat with Dave was held January 28th at Eva's Cafe in Round Lake. These chats have been well received with anywhere between 15 and 20 people attending. The community brings their suggestions and comments that I take to the appropriate committees. The next chats are Saturday, February 11th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. No, it should be 12 p.m., 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Engine House Cafe. And the one after that is Sunday, February 19th, 1 to 3 at the Well Know Tavern. Snow Fun, thank you to all the organizers and the many volunteers who contributed to Snow Fun weekend. I attended a few of the events, enjoyed the community spirits, and the Twisters were awesome. The Renfrew County Winter Games opening ceremonies were February 2nd and the 9th. They do that back-to-back weekends to give every kid an opportunity for the opening ceremonies, which is an awesome idea. I will be attending the opening ceremony this Thursday for the new athletes and events arriving. Chris Neff, Bill Smith, Maureen McMillan are attending the Economic Developers Council of Ontario conference for the next 3 days. They will each be filling out a conference report outlining their activities. In regards to committees, I'm very excited to report that council is busy attending to committee business. The Human Resources is halfway through updating the Human Resource Manual with much needed revisions and renewing. Economic Development has many fresh new ideas and are full of energy. The Public Works Committee showed great initiative, meeting with neighboring townships for new concepts and to show off how we do things. The Finance Committee will have its first meeting next Monday to start the budget process. The Policy and Procedures Chair, Councillor Keel, is like a little kid in the candy store, discovering new points of interest and suggesting revisions. Planning has met once, reviewing what is involved and to discuss a starting point. Protection and Emergency Services will have its first meeting at the end of the month. Council has met with our township lawyer, Sheldon Reiki, to discuss roles and duties of council and other issues. Financial information. Effective immediately, all checks issued by the township will need either myself or Councillor Keel to co-sign. Checks require one administration signer and one council member signer. Ideally, the signers will be Tammy and myself. I am almost done loading history for the 2023 budget, and I would like council to know that I will be looking at everything that occurred in 2022 to give me a better handle on spending and the 2023 budget process. Is everyone okay with that?
Yep.
Okay. Right?
So I missed
Okay, I'll read it again. I am almost done loading history for the 2023 budget, and I would like council to know that I will be looking at everything that occurred in 2022 to give me a better handle on spending and the 23 budget process. Harold? Okay. Tammy, currently we receive a check listing for approval at the end of every month, which we all get in our packages. In the future, would we be able to provide council with a statement showing one column 2023 estimate, 2023 monthly actual, and then 2023 year to date, so that all council will know if we spend $1,000 on paper clips, we've only got another 500 left, and then a year to date total. Do you know what I mean by that? So 3 columns, our estimate, which is a budget, what we did in the month, the current month, say February, which is the year actual, what you spent, which ties into what you checks, and then a year to date number. Maybe we could sit and discuss with Will to see if we can do something like that.
Okay.
I'm confused here.
Okay, you right now get a statement or you get a check
We
run.
got the check thing, so year to date.
No, but the checks, no, but the checks don't mean anything year to date. What it means is a statement by account. So take, for example, office supplies. That's the one I always use. So like if you have budgeted $1,000 in your office supplies, okay, this is hypothetical. And you've already, in 1 month, say this month, February, you've already spent $500. January, you spent $200. So year to date, you have $700 spent. So you know you've only got $300 left in your budget.
Yeah, but they do know what's left in their budgets.
Who?
Do they not?
Ooh,
Well, the people that it's not our budgets, we're not the ones spending.
no, but you should be aware of it. Me personally,
No, I want to know is if they're going over budget. We've already approved their budget of $1,000, so if they want to, when it's gone, then it's.
okay, 'cause this was one of the comments that I got during the camp, during talking to you guys. You want to be more hands-on, know what's going on. So I'm only putting this into place. Can we try a run and see what you think after, say at the end of,
Work is that go be, I mean, a lot of work.
well, you should press a button.
So
If Dean's budgets are so, Dean's budget.
Are so complex. Yes,
Seven, right?
they're complex.
No, so he budgets $10,000 for salt.
Okay.
And he spent 7, so it's 3.
Yep.
He's got like the same with
No, that's a good one.
roads are, putting brine down on the road, salting
Yeah.
or whatever it is. So he spends, he's at 15,000 his budget and he goes 18. So
Okay,
is that what you're saying?
yeah, but we as a council know that. Like Dean knows it because he's hands-on.
So he's over budget.
Right. He knows that because of whatever circumstances. But then when we sit down at the end of the month, we get to say, okay. And Dean says, I'm $3,000 over because we had 2 extra snowfalls.
Yeah.
But at least you know that you are. Because you don't know that by just signing checks. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, say your bank account.
You know it when the figure's over, it's when the budget number, like Carl says, there's a number there for the budget, we've set that already.
Yeah, but you don't know
When
that.
it's over, you know that.
But you as a counselor don't know that.
Yeah, we get to see all those numbers every year.
At the end of the year. Yeah, of course. But I'm talking about every month, you should see that.
What difference does it make? If it snows next week, he still has to put salt down. whether
That's
it's
right. But at least,
1,000 over or 5,000 over.
but at least you're aware of it. Like the comments I received, comments I received, you guys want to be,
Somebody's doing a lot of extra work for what? I don't understand it.
can we try 1 month and then we can go through it and I'll show you. You should be able to, in talking,
You'll be able to get your estimates and your actual values, but in terms of year to date, that would have to be another report. So you'll be getting 2 reports.
Okay.
There's no way you can put them together.
Right there, we're gonna be over on our paper budget.
we'll do a spin and we'll bring it back to you to show you what I'm talking about. Okay,
If we do it for a month, I'd like to know just how much more
What it
work
costs to do it.
what the cost will be.
And labor.
we'll do that. Okay. Special shout out to Dean. Relay to the crews a thumbs up for the work done during the heavy snow periods. Outstanding job. And we've had weather watches like unreal. Special shout out to Dale. Thanks for coordinating the demolition of Queen Street. Just going by today, it looks awesome. Nothing left. Very tidy. And I'm sure you had a lot to do with it. County Road 58, the paving of the shoulders. I talked to the people at the county from Highway 60 to Round Lake Center, approximately 12.7 miles. The shoulders will be paved. From Deer Trail Road to the Bon Shear River Bridge, approximately 2.5 kilometers will be done this year. And then there's more sections in the future years.
We'll be done with paved shoulders.
Yeah. I think the phrase was hardened shoulders. I don't think they used the word paved, hardened.
Was that cool?
So which is good for this year, and I think that was brought up with Rob Norris when he was here. So also I attended the Green Burial AGM on January 28th to learn about their plans so we can continue working together. The speed problem on Highway 512 coming into Killaloe. I've had many discussions with the county and will continue to work to address the concerns. Now that the building is down on Queen Street, the file will go to the Economic Development Committee for them to bring recommendations to council. And that's the end of my report. Does any member of council have pecuniary or financial interest to declare? Haven't seen none. And there's no delegations.
Do you want to speak, Dave?
I'm just listening right now.
Minutes of the, motion to approve the minutes of the regular council meeting.
Moved by Harold Levine, second by Carl Keel. Motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting held on January 17th, 2023, open and closed session.
All those in favor? Carried. Motion to approve the minutes of the strategic plan committee meeting.
Moved by Brian Kosky, second by Carl Keel. Motion to approve the minutes of the strategic plan committee meeting held on September 13th, 2021, open and closed session.
All those in favor? Carried. Motion to approve the minutes of the economic development committee meeting.
Moved by Brian Kosky, second by Harold Levine. Motion to approve the minutes of the economic development committee meeting held on January 12th, 2023.
I missed my part. All those in favor? There's too many of them. Carried. Okay. Dale, you're up first.
So the demolition started last Tuesday morning. They showed up Monday and put fencing. Machine actually started up Tuesday morning, now shortly after 7, and started to tear it down, and they were done by machine actually left today at 4:30. So very impressed with the speed and the quality of what they did. That was way beyond what I expected in time and everything, so I was very happy with that. So the demolition is fully complete. I've got 4 or 5 months that I got to pick up tomorrow morning and take back to the warehouse, and their outhouse is still there to be there for a day or 2. So the one issue that was found, which was quite a shock, was typical floor in a building is anywhere from 4 to 8 inches, so averaging 6 inches. The floors in that building were anywhere from 18 to 24 inches thick. Big, massive concrete. He had a 50-ton excavator. He was able to break a lot of it up into pickable size pieces. But they have asked me basically if there's any chance that they can. They've provided me with a quote, and I've got a copy of it here. But so the current additional quote that they've asked for is for after we provided some backfill to try and reduce it down. They're asking for $10,145. So if we decided yes, we are willing to do that, because that was a completely unforeseen. Nobody would have ever guessed the floor to be like that. The original quote for the job was $118,340, and then if you add the $10,145, it would bring it up to $128,485. So it is $10,000 more. We're willing to do that because there was extras. So basically, the extras, what it is the additional concrete removal at $5,060, and trucking and concrete disposal, and then loading of the extra fill, and they had to hire zircon and cross down to Hall for them as well at 2250 for disposal, and the extra loading and trucking for additional at 2835, which comes to the total of 1045. We were able to bring that down. They brought it down for us by very close to $3,000 by providing Phil that Dean had just stockpile that we'll find out. So I'm asking council for direction as to what you guys would like to do. Do we agree to this, or do we not agree? Do we counter?
Any comments or questions?
Sorry, one other quick thing. The next closest qualifying bid was at 174,000. So still way well under, yeah, like 128.74 is very close to $50,000. Still was the next closest qualifying. Same qualifying.
Comments or questions? Brian? Start with you.
Yeah, so I just, is this a normal condition that we normally get into changing the quotes?
Typically, no.
Resolution.
Typically, it's not.
That's
It
what it's
is
called,
kind of
resolution.
an offset there because it was something, there was no way anybody could tell or anything like that. Was extremely, as a past estimator, I would have estimated it at 6 inches of concrete. And I actually, it was brought to my attention, they had talked to another contractor who also bid on the job. And the same thing, yeah, I did it at 6 inches. I will. We don't have to agree to it. We have a signed contract. It's one of those touchy subjects. Do we open that can of worms for the future of saying like, hey, yeah, we paid more because there was an unforeseen thing. It is a contract, but it also, if we say no, we've also got the aspect of these guys came in with an awesome price. If we have to do another demolition in the future, will they bid for us again? Well, but I can't say for sure. I'm not. I don't know. It's a tough decision.
Carol?
Just wondering, what, as soon as I noticed, they should have informed us. We should have.
Because they did come to me and say like, hey, look at this concrete. This is completely unexpected. I asked them for a quote right away and told them that like, I will present to you guys. I said I'm at the council meeting tonight. That's close enough. That yes, not contacting you guys immediately, then that would be strictly my fault. Work had to get done, and I didn't want to hold things up.
Yeah.
Waiting on the quote, like this one here, the revised quote that they got. I called you at 5:30 tonight, so that's how. When, like the original quote came in, like I said, almost 3,000 more. And Dean and I talked about it, and we spoke about that. Garbage bill out there, we could use that and help reduce. So
I understand that was unforeseen. I know taxpayers might not like the idea of getting more money, but thing is, I totally agree with if we do need them again, it could save us a lot of money in the long run if we spend extra now.
I think if we do that, we will be changing our FPs in that line to say unforeseens are not our problem. Yeah. And that
You're
a
on.
learning curve for.
I agree with Teddy, like if we know that there's probably gonna be more down the road and they're already much cheaper than the next closest bid. And again, like Dale said, who would expect to see 24 inches of concrete on the floor? I mean, somebody had lots of money when they built it there, so.
Probably all mixed by hand too.
No, it was 40.
And layers. Like when I first seen them start to rip the floor, I thought, oh wow, 3 inches, that's a shock because it was so little. And then that peeled off, and then there was the next layer, and then it was stones, and like the concrete was.
Concrete was a little cheaper than ours. It was a little cheaper back in that day.
A lot. By the looks of it.
Yeah, they made it themselves.
I look at it, the first building we tore down in town, I think cost about 153. 3,000. And it was nothing to where existing was. You know,
Go ahead. Right.
the first one, you're like 153 we paid for that. And this year is what was it total?
128. Well, it could be
So it's
128.
still 25, say 25 grand cheaper.
And in less time.
Mhm.
And we ended up, had to put a new fence for the hotel and all this stuff.
And then on top of the demolition.
I just, so my other question is, the 10,145, that's the extra amount they asked to you, is that a reasonable?
I believe it to be reasonable because like they did have to hire two companies to come and haul, like Zircon hauled for them for 2 full days. Crosstown, I'm not sure how many of those Crosstown did, but they also, Zircon brought them out their 220 excavator and cleared this driveway into the pile and loaded and everything as well. So I don't believe that they're out of reasonable.
Go for that big hole down there, probably worth $5,000.
They were going to McCarthy's and buying fuel. I know they bought at least 1,000, I think it's about 500,000 liter tank of fuel that they bought from McCarthy's.
I think we have to trust your due diligence that you've done everything, and I think Ted brings up a really good point that in a matter of good faith, that we could use them again if we do ask. They're going to be here running. They won't give us any delay at all. Like,
They were great to deal with.
yeah.
They
And the other-
actually even helped Aqua this morning with digging out the what's it, the shut-offs, curb stops, because the curb stops were broke. We did off a line that was frozen and it was exposed, and all of a sudden 4 or 5 hours after the line was exposed, it started spraying everywhere.
Now that the truck is doing their pumping of the lines.
Yes, that was this morning, and then to get them access down in a little better, he actually moved a bunch of fill back for them and put it back in.
So you just cap, how many lines are in there?
Water lines, there was 3, and they found 1 actual clay for the sewer.
Just one.
I think even though that it's going to cost us $10,000 more, I think the positives certainly outweigh the $10,000 in the long run.
And they, like I said, they were unbelievably fast.
Does anybody have any other questions or comments before we?
Were there before and after pictures taken?
Yes, before, during, and after.
That would be a good thing for the naturalist area.
It's a good
we have
idea.
actual drone footage and everything that Chris was down, quite a bit of drone footage, so we'll get that.
That'd be a great idea, because for the people who did drive past and see those blocks, like I saw, like that was, They were thick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
How neat it was,
yeah,
unbelievable.
that's a really good idea. If you got pictures, share those with Chris, and
Chris and I both have quite a few pictures.
good. Thank you. Okay, now what do we do? Ask for a
Have to
vote,
get a
or
resolution.
do I ask for a vote first, or
A resolution.
so I ask? All in
So
favor?
I have a,
This is our first resolution, sorry.
Then let's do it.
Yeah.
The old fire hall there, what's kind of shapes that? you have anything in there either, Dean?
Yes, we do.
Oh, good. What's,
Equipment and the training room is full of
School parents.
everything.
You have the grader, sorry, you have the grader in there, sidewalk house.
oh, good.
Steam. Brush your hands and stuff like that.
So do you do that or do I do that?
No, I do that. It's the same as my normal resolution
And then
process.
do we have to vote after you do that?
You ask if there's any comments and then the vote.
Okay,
Okay, so first of all, I need two people to sign.
Do you think that roof is south? South is that roof for that thing? No. So what are we gonna have to demolish that one too?
I think it's something we're gonna have to look at in foundation's bad. Everything's getting worse every year.
So we might need.
so I say motion to approve the resolution.
No, just a motion for the resolution on the floor. And then I'll read
You'll
two
fire
of them. There's two. So I'll read the first one and then there's another resolution. There's two.
And then I just say motion to approve the resolution.
Any comments?
Yeah.
And then all in favor.
Okay,
For the roof fall down with it, so.
motion to approve the resolution on the floor.
Moved by Ted Brown, second by Carl Keel. Motion to accept Shelton Environmental Inc.'s request to charge an additional $10,145 plus taxes to complete demolition of 156, 158, and 160 Queen Street, rendering the total contract price of $128,485 plus applicable taxes from the initial RFP 2022-03 price of $118,340 plus applicable taxes.
Any questions or concerns? All those in favor? Carried.
That one.
Okay.
Moved by Brian Koski, second by Ted Brown. Motion to accept facility asset manager's recommendation to allow Shelton Environmental to utilize the fill that's located at the fire hall to offset the additional cost for RFP 2022-03.
Any questions or concerns? Having heard none, all those in favor? Carried. We're good. Thank you very much, Dale. Okay. Good. Dean, you're up.
Okay, so we've been busy obviously with the snow, continuing to do snow removal in the village as well as shoving the banks back with the trucks and the grader. Since we started plowing, sanding and salting in November, we have been out approximately 38 times. That's not counting the bigger snowfalls we have to go a second time around. Again, we continue to do maintenance on vehicles. Seems like every time we work, there's repairs to do of some sort on them, so we're trying to keep up with them. I'd just like to remind that under Highway Traffic Act, it is illegal to push snow across a municipal road, as well as not to park in a manner that would interfere with snow plowing operations. So just want whoever's listening on YouTube or whatever to know that you cannot do that. It makes our guys, it's difficult for the tow trucks to go around a lot of them. Park alongside the road, it's a potential hazard for both the driver plus the vehicle that's on the road. So just wanted to make that clear. Waste management, there's nothing too much to report, just everything going status quo. The only other thing is, I think you mentioned in your statement there that Mr. Evil, that we visited, it was Carl, myself, Carl and Darren, we visited MB, Madawaska Valley, how they did their operations at the landfill site, so how they operated. So we still have to go to another neighbor municipality, and I'll contact Chair and Carol as well when that time comes around, but we're working on different avenues there. So other than that, that's my report.
Again, awesome job. The severity of the winter has been unbelievable, and I don't know the rest of council, but I haven't had too many calls. So people are happy. People have commented, the bridge was plowed or the snow was removed. That's awesome, people. Someone last night said, Brian, you were here. They said, commented on that. They're not able, they don't have to walk on the road. They can walk on this. So
We can bring the water to town.
Yeah. anyways, thank you. It's been awesome. Anybody have any questions? Yeah.
I just wanna, it's more of a comment, just so council knows. I don't think our roads department is going to become professional curlers at their performance.
Yeah, no, keep working all the time. Yes, we did go, we had KHR roads team into the curling bonds too as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, we had variable staff participate in it, but we had a lot of fun. And we were 0-3, but still, we had fun.
The bonding is very important. Carl?
Dean, did you check into any of those, the guys from the road conference there? About going to tour?
The one, I was looking at it, Carl, the one,
That's on that, the only one I saw was asphalt.
The problem with them though is it's all day.
yeah, that's
It's
it.
you'll miss everything else.
Oh, okay. I just,
We'd still be able to, like, I know it says register, but we'd still, if we get down there, if there's nothing that other workshops and sessions that we couldn't go to, I'm sure we can still register.
I just seen it on that.
Because when we go down Sunday, we'd see the itinerary down there then, and then we could pick out whatever, and then if we want to, we could register that night.
Yeah.
You know, when we get there, whatever, so.
I don't want to go through the nuclear plant.
Harold, do you have anything?
No.
Thank you. Have a good night. Oh, do you? Okay. Tammy?
Okay, so in your package, your initial package, I provided you with a copy of my municipal report of my attendance at the Roman conference. Just wondering if anybody has any questions about that. Okay, so tonight I placed at your desk a letter from the Renfrew County Veterinary Services Committee. And in the letter, they're providing their financial report and our portion of the costs associated with their service. Now, Stanley Bukowski was our municipal representative to this committee, and they're asking to forward the name and address of the new person if the new person has been appointed. So I'm wondering if council wants to appoint a representative to sit on this committee, and if so, who?
He's the only farmer here.
And there's the only name that ends in, that starts Pekoski. So we contribute what, $280 every year. So, and plus a representative. And how often does the representative go? Just to the
Once a year.
Once a year.
to the AGM?
I actually went with Stanley last fall to this one.
It's just once a year.
Once a year.
And it's the general meeting? Like their annual general meeting? That's what you go for?
It's not really, it's not the general meeting, it's just they have their elections and stuff. At a different meeting.
Okay.
This is just, there could be reps from every municipality there. Yeah, I can give all the, how much each municipality pays.
So we just ask
The bigger the municipality, the more.
if he's willing.
And then I can put his name in here and have a resolution prepared.
Resolution.
Yeah, more agriculture.
So I guess the question is, Brian, would you like to assume that role?
I could do it, sure.
Okay. We're on a real roll. This is the second resolution now. Motion to adopt the resolution on the floor.
Moved by Harold Levine,
Oh.
second.
Do you have a question?
I do have a question.
Okay.
Just for Tammy, so will you be informing me that I've taken stand?
I will. I will. Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Moved by Harold Levine, second by Ted Brown. Motion for Brian Pekoski to be appointed to sit as a municipal representative on the Renfrew County Veterinary Services Committee.
All those in, or any questions, comments or questions? All those in favor? Carried.
Okay, so today we received a request to allow, or to ask if a petition could be available at the front desk for signatures. The petition is to the county of Renfrew, and it's to install pedestrian courtesy crosswalks on Queen Street between Station Park and the tourist information booth and near the school zones, and to install a recycled rubber speed bump on Queen Street between the Fresh Mart and James Street. Does council want to allow for this position to be made available for signatures at the front desk?
I'm going to speak against it. I don't think we should be getting in the practice of having petitions at our facility. If they want to put petitions out through the town of businesses, that's fine. I have nothing against the petition. I just don't think
We should
we
be,
could have 20 petitions out there.
Yeah. You don't want to be the facilitator.
Like us supporting it, you know, some people are against it, some people are for it. You know,
Brian, do you have any comments?
No, I agree with Ted and Charlie. I don't think it's the first to
Say
say.
it's done at local businesses is fine.
Okay, so a couple of other things I have. If it's okay with council, I'd like to take Monday, the 13th off during the day, but I'll be here for the meetings that are scheduled that evening, as well as I'd like to take Friday, February the 17th off as well.
The 13th of February, 13th of February, early Valentine's Day. Just kidding. So Charlene can do the meeting that Monday night. What
No,
is,
I'll come in for the meetings.
what is the meeting?
Special meeting with Sheldon and
Oh.
the finance meeting. So I'll be here for the evening. I just need the, I'm asking for the day.
Definitely.
Okay, so as well, I just want to advise council that I've started my final municipal law course. And I'm asking for council to once again allow me to take days off of work for to finish my assignments. I'll only take the days off as needed. I have one assignment due in February, 2 in March, 1 in April, and my final is in May. And I would advise council, you know, a couple of days before via email. It's just my workload to see where I can take those days and work on those. So I'm asking for, again, for that approval.
Before,
Yes.
Can you do it on the 13th when you're off?
They always say a female can multitask, right?
And lastly, I provided you with information to take home and review in relation to the budget process. This way you can review it before the finance meeting on the 13th of February. So then if you have questions, then because we do have 2 meetings that night, so you can already have the questions written down that you want to ask. So I've given you a provisional budget. Now for the 13th, you'll get a new budget, just in case numbers have changed between now and then. And that's my report.
Questions or concerns?
just wondering in our next, just get a couple extra time sheets.
Are you making mistakes?
I make lots of mistakes. Please.
you wanna mind, you can fill it up.
Okay. Committee reports. So I guess Ted, that's you.
Yeah, so I had interviews last Wednesday with fire chief. We interviewed one person. There was 2 scheduled, but 1 didn't show up, so recommendation is that we do hire. Like Jeffrey, he did work for the roads department for the summer there. He's very capable, did quite well in the interview process.
We have a resolution. We have a resolution on the floor. Oh, Brian, question?
Is that position that, will he be hired as a probation? Or
Yeah, probationary,
for a year? Or?
yeah.
I thought it was 6 months. Is it a year?
It's a year.
Firefighters review.
Oh, okay. But other positions are 6 months.
And just sort of sped the process up a little bit because they are starting first aid tonight.
So vehicles.
Yeah, so Bob wanted him to make sure, because it'll be 2 years before we do it again, which saves a lot of headaches.
That was a good call. Sorry, my phone wasn't working for whatever reason. Motion on the floor.
Moved by Harold Levine, second by Ted Brown, motion to hire Alex Jeffrey as a firefighter for the Killu, Hagerty, and Richards Fire Department effective February 7th, 2023.
Questions or concerns? All those in favor? Carried. Does anyone else want to speak on any other committees they're on, or if you're not ready to speak, that's fine. We'll move on. Okay, good. Correspondence. So we go A to J. City of, I'll just read the first part. City of Hamilton. Or do I have to read everything?
It's up to council.
Would you like to hear everything? Okay. A, City of Hamilton. B, Town of Halton Hills. Township of Lanark Highlands. D, Town of Petrolia. E, City of Thunder Bay. F, City of Kitchener. G, reply letter. You may want to look at that one. I'm sure everyone has looked at it already. So this was a letter from Jesse Van Allen. We had originally sent the original letter about the proposal for the fish stocking. So basically, he sent us a copy off to Pembroke. That's basically what he did. Then at the same time, or that was January the 20th. But prior to that, on January 11th, John Yakubuski wrote a very nice support letter to the minister. So that was the follow through. And then right now, or then on the 20th, so they've sent us to the Pembroke Work Center and we're awaiting comment from them.
Now, I'm wondering if he also forwarded John Yakubuski's letter to the Pembroke Center.
I don't think it said that. It went to him.
Didn't say that in.
It says Mr. Jesse Van Allen. So let's hope it did. Right?
Just since we're on that topic of the stocking, I've been asked to sit on a committee with, just again, and there's some property owners on it and different people. So I'll be sitting on that. Not as a council.
Who's heading that committee?
I think it was Stan Juski that called me. So I don't know if he's there.
Can I talk to you after about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I do that?
You're just sitting on.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not as
But I do need to talk to you about this after. Okay.
So that's all right with John, there's still counselor, so that's good.
The last two, Lynn Jones, Ottawa River Institute, and the last one is the County of Huron. Any discussion, further discussion on any of those? Lots of paper tonight. Can I have a motion for the bylaw to appoint an integrity commissioner, closed meeting investigator?
Just so a little bit of a background, our previous closed meeting investigator, Daryl Ryan, put his resignation in, but we couldn't really do anything due to lame duck. In the meantime, I talked with Tony Fleming, and so Tony Fleming is already our integrity commissioner. So he has agreed to be our closed meeting investigator as well. So that's why it's saying both the integrity commissioner and closed meeting investigator. It's not that we are having a new integrity commissioner, it's just he's putting it together in one. And so moved by Carl Keel, second by Brian Pekoski, that bylaw 06/2023 being a bylaw to appoint an integrity commissioner, closed meeting investigator for the township of Killaloe, Hagerty and Richards at its regular meeting held on February 7th, 2023, be given its first, second, and third reading and finally passed the 7th day of February 2023.
All those in favor? Carried.
It's here. So. That was 15 from.
Doing really good. I'm doing really good. Any unfinished business?
Just a question for Tammy. You sent an email about meeting planning.
Mhm. Brian, I sent you an email. Are you available the 28th?
Yes.
Okay, I'm waiting to hear back from Maureen. She picked the 23rd or the 2nd, so I'm hoping she can change. And then Tyler thought that if she missed it, if we could tape it through Zoom, and then she would be able to watch it afterwards, play it back. So I would like to set the 28th because Tyler and I have been back with Bruce back and forth. So if that's okay with council, can I set the 28th as the training?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't get back to you, Tammy. I was afraid to open her email.
Is it a-
Some funny ones.
Is she getting bad ones too?
I don't know. I wasn't sure, so I said, well, I'm gonna see her tonight. I'll straighten it out.
But you'll send out
That's February 28th.
Correct.
you'll send out an email?
Yep.
Okay, good. Is there any new business?
I got a unfinished business. Sorry.
We'll go backwards. We'll take you.
When are we going to start our official plan stuff again? Because it's a big.
After,
That's what
Yeah.
that meeting's about.
Oh, okay.
You're directly involved in that meeting.
Okay, very good.
so first of all, Bruce is going to be here from the county to do the planning training. And then after that, Tyler's going to set a date with council on that day to actually go through the comprehensive zoning bylaws as a refresher and to update the new council.
Sounds great.
7 o'clock.
7.
Does Dean and Dale, do they have to come to that meeting, that planning meeting? Basically, it's just for council, so no staff, okay. Okay. Motion to enter into committee of the whole.
Moved by Carl Keel, second by Harold Levine, be it resolved that council move into a closed meeting pursuant to section 239 of the Municipal Act 2001 as amended for the following reasons. A trade secret or scientific, technical, commercial, or financial or labor relations information supplied in confidence to the municipality or local board, which if disclosed could reasonably be expected to prejudice significantly the competitive position or interfere significantly with the contractual or other negotiations of a person, group of persons, or organization, and a position, plan, procedure, criteria, or instruction to be applied to any negotiations carried out or to be carried on by or on behalf of the municipality or local board.
All those in favor? Carried.